said with a smile there. Well, Liverpool have been in search of at least one winger all summer, with interest in PSG's Bradley Barcola, as well as that rejected bid for Minte. Andoni Iraola won't mention names, but says there will be additions before the window closes.
You know what I'm going to tell you. We cannot speak about players that are not ours. And in terms of, you are asking me what we need. There are certain situations that for me are clear, that are especially now on the wing, because we don't have enough players like specific to play in those positions. And then after positions, I think we have to be open and open-minded in the market to see situations that honestly can improve our team. It's not about signing because we need a player here. No, it's about improving the squad. I wanted the first day, 13th of market is open and you start competition. We have to adapt as coaches to these situations. I hate these 2 weeks or these 10 days that we have because there is a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, those are thoughts of the new Liverpool head coach Andoni Iraola. We can have a look, Warren, at the current squad at Liverpool. Should the fans be a little bit concerned with the depth of that squad?
I wouldn't be. I think when you look at the goalkeeper, I think that speaks for itself. Not a problem there. Back four, I thought they brought good depth coming in with experience, although it's only on loan. Midfield area, and like you've touched on there, they're looking in wide areas. I think that's where they can improve to get service. It hates me to say it, but I think Isak will have a really good season. I think he's a player that had the injuries last season. He's a very, very good finisher. They need supply, and maybe that's where wide areas, particularly on this right-hand side, that they can get good deliveries. I think Wirtz will come good. Elliott, we know about him. So I'm not overly concerned. I know they're going on 4 fronts, but I think realistically they'll be looking at a domestic cup and obviously the Premier League as well. I think Champions League is too far away for them at the moment. But I think with Isak up there, but like we said with Haaland, when you've got someone that can get you goals, and he's proved he can do that, then I think he will score goals, in particularly in this team that they have.
This is predominantly the squad that Arne Slot has left, Andoni Iraola, and clearly they play in very, very different ways. Do you think the makeup of this squad is conducive to the style of play that Andoni Iraola will want to bring at Anfield?
Yeah, I think he's simplified how they play. Where before we knew about maybe playing out from the back, getting the ball out from the back, being a bit more confident on the ball. They was a little bit vulnerable because they was trying to go forward, and they got caught in 2 minds, I think, where they was trying to be expansive and play, and then they just got picked off. And once that, again, I go back to that word fear factor, when players don't feel against Liverpool, wanted to score goals, they was a bit vulnerable. But I think he's got enough experience about the league, knowing these players, and they know him of what he's done before. I think he'll simplify it. I don't think he'll over embellish in midfield. I think he'll want to get it wide and he'll want to get into his striker. As I said, at the back, I think they'd be much better than there was, because at the beginning of the season they was pushing their fullbacks on and leaving the 2 centre-halves isolated, and people were just going down the side time and time again. I don't think that'll happen this time. I think they have a good stability.
Well, one player missing in that midfield is Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
He's on the verge of joining Inter Milan. We understand he's out there having a medical. It's a homegrown player, someone who's been at the club since he was 9 years of age, and obviously it's an added emotion when the fans lose someone like that. Is that a concern for you, maybe the lack of players who have come through the ranks at Liverpool and the homegrown players there?
Yeah, I mean, this Jamie Carragher, obviously the players that are coming through, but is he going to play? How much playing time is he going to get when he's in that middle there? So that would have been in Curtis's mind, saying, look, I've got a taste of the England, maybe I need to go to a European team and play well. Listen, he's gone to Inter Milan, he's not gone to a team that's struggling. They're a team that are building, they want success. I love the fact now that we're seeing a lot of British players go to Europe and do well. You look at Jude Bellingham, what he's been able to do. So for him to go out there, Curtis, I think it's a great move personally for him, and we'll see his development as a player.
Andoni Iraola in his first season will be contesting 4 competitions. What does success for Andoni Iraola and Liverpool look like next season?
A trophy. So whether that's the FA Cup or the Domestic League Cup, but also to have a competitive season in the Premier League, competing with the likes of Arsenal. I think Manchester United were there. Are Chelsea going to be there? Are Manchester City going to be there? So I think he's got enough about him as a coach, with the squad of players he's got, with that fan base that they have behind him.
Liverpool have reportedly completed another major development, with Barkley finally joining the Reds, creating fresh excitement among supporters. The news has quickly become a major talking point around the club, with fans eager to understand the significance of the latest move and what it could mean for Liverpool's ambitions. After a period of planning and preparation, the development represents another step forward for the Reds as they continue shaping their plans and building toward an ambitious future at Anfield. Barkley's arrival comes at an important moment for Liverpool, with the club continuing to focus on creating a competitive setup capable of challenging for major honours. The Reds have ambitious targets, and developments such as this are expected to play a role in strengthening the club's wider project. Supporters have been watching closely for signs of progress, and the latest announcement has provided another reason for optimism. The reaction from fans has already begun to grow, with many welcoming Barkley and looking forward to seeing what happens next. Liverpool's management will now be expected to ensure that Barkley settles quickly and understands what is required at a club of Liverpool's size. Representing the Reds comes with enormous expectations, and every new addition is expected to contribute to the club's objectives. The focus will therefore be on making the transition as smooth as possible while ensuring that the latest development fits properly into Liverpool's wider plans. With competition expected to be fierce both domestically and in Europe, Liverpool will need every part of their project working effectively. There is also growing anticipation about whether this development could lead to more important announcements from Liverpool. The club's supporters are always eager for the latest updates, and Barkley's joining the Reds has once again placed Liverpool firmly in the spotlight. The timing is particularly interesting because the club is preparing for another demanding period, where consistency, quality, and strong organization will be essential. Fans will now be watching closely to see whether this latest move is followed by further developments. For Liverpool supporters, the biggest question will ultimately be what impact Barkley can have on the Reds' ambitions. Excitement surrounding an announcement is one thing, but fans will want to see the move translate into real progress. Liverpool have a proud history and a demanding fan base, meaning every major development is measured against the club's desire to compete for the biggest trophies. Barkley will therefore be under attention as the Reds continue their preparations and look to establish themselves among the strongest teams.